Today, we're going to go through a couple of slides that I put together. I noticed a lot of people like visuals, so we're going to do visuals on this one. When we speak about Maya, the emergence of Maya, and why it's so extremely important, my people, we look at this right here. And as you can see, this talks about the 13th Amendment. And in that 13th Amendment, we have our laws in there that we need to make sure are being abided by. So in this segment, we're going to be going through what those laws mean and how we as people can change that.
Speak, act, serve, and honor. By the feather of Maat we weigh this act. By the tongue of Tahuti we speak it clearly. By the throne of Usar we rule with compassion. By the breath of Nebuchadnezzar we honor our creation. The emergence of Maat. Our 13th Amendment, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist within the United States. Justice, the chains of bondage broken. Truth, a nation confronting its moral failure. Balance, restoring harmony in a fractured society. Order, aligning law with cosmic principles of righteousness. Maat's goddess of truth and justice would weigh the hearts of a nation. The 13th Amendment is a step towards lightness. As I go through this presentation, we're going to speak about that amazing dynamic quartet of Tahuti, Maat, Usar, and Nebuchadnezzar. We'll speak about how science influences our laws and order. What can we do moral, ethical as people starting today? And how energy moves in our solar system. The preview part one. The power of words, truth and transparency. Tahuti. Tahuti would say all public speech must be clear, truthful, and accountable. Misinformation, manipulation, and secrecy are violations of divine law. Leaders must undergo annual rituals of truth, where they speak openly among the people. The goal of Tahuti is to give proof of God's existence, man's likenesses of God, and the purpose of creation. Genesis 1 through 26. We speak it clearly. The power of justice, truth, and balance. Mayat. Mayat. Laws must restore balance, not enforce denomination. Punitive systems must be replaced with restorative models. No policy shall exploit labor, land, or life for profit alone. These laws were seen as divine order, personified by the goddess Mayat. Judges and officials were expected to uphold Mayat in all decisions. We weigh this act. Mayat was worn by the judges. They were called the priestesses of Mayat because at the time their decisions were made in her name. The law was codified like modern system, and it was a case-by-case basis, not just punishing wrongdoing. Wearing her symbol represented justice, truth, balance. and honorable decision making. The power of unity, sacred leadership, Usar. Usar leadership is a spiritual calling, not a personal gain. Rulers must embody moral clarity, protect the vulnerable, and regenerate society. Corruption is a discoloration of divine order and must be met with public reckoning. The goal of Usar is to uplift and regenerate. We rule with compassion. The power of moral universalism. Divinity, Nepiture, Nepiture, Lord Nepiture. All beings are expressions of the divine. Governments must honor the dignity of every life form, human, animal, and ecological. Discrimination, dehumanization, and environmental destruction not allowed. We honor all creation. How science influences our law and order. Tahuti represents the pursuit of knowledge and truth, the importance of evidence-based insights in shaping legislation. Maya embodies justice and balance, emphasizing that laws should promote fairness and equity. USAR stands for transformation and growth, reflecting how scientific advancements can drive reform and societal progress. Nepiture represents interconnectedness, reminding us that a holistic understanding of system is essential for effective laws. Together, these principles underscore the need for a legal framework that is informed by scientific knowledge, adaptable to change, and aligned with the fundamental values of justice and equity. What can we do morally as ethic as people starting today? Starting today, we can commit to acting with integrity and compassion in our daily interactions. This includes treating others with respect, listening actively, and being open to different perspectives. We can also make ethical choices in our consumption habits, supporting businesses that prioritize sustainable and fair practices, and holding them accountable. We'll talk about that later. By reflecting our values and making conscious decisions, we can contribute to a more just and ethical society. How energy moves in our solar system. I rise with the feather of the truth upon my heart. I speak not to impress, but to align. I will not conquer, but to restore. I will not walk to conquer, excuse me, but to restore. Let my breath be weighed and my soul remember. I rise the feather. I rise with the feather of truth upon my heart. I speak not to impress, but to align. I walk not to conquer, but to restore. Let my breath be weighed and my soul remember. I rise with the feather of truth upon my heart. I speak not to impress, but to align. I walk not to conquer, but to restore. I let my breath be weighed upon my soul. I let my breath be weighed and my soul remember. Well, start reading these daily, people. We have to read the Papyrus of Ani, which is similar to the 42 principles of Mayat. And when we go over these laws, these principles, we start governing ourselves. It would be like not only just setting boundaries, but you're waking yourself, you're aligning yourself, you're tuning your words into with your character. And when we begin to repeat, like we were mainly do our affirmations, we want to make sure that we're constantly doing that with these as well. I'm telling you, it's changed my life to look at all 42 and still today cross out some and say, oh, I need to work on that. So We are all a work of progress. And like I say, it is one day at a time. So when you're living by Mayat, a poetic invocation of 42 principles, you will look at yourself as stewards of the divine order. That we are those stewards of divine order. So you can run through the I have nots. I have not committed sin. I walk in harmony, not to harm. I walk in harmony, not to harm. I have not committed robbery with violence. I have not taken nothing by force. I earned through grace. I have not stolen what is not mine. I honor. What is not mine, I honor as sacred. I have not slain men or women. I protect life even in silence. I protect life even in silence. I share the harvest. I have not stolen goods. I have not stolen goods. I have not stolen offerings. I have not told lies. I have not cursed. I have not carried away food. I have not exaggerated my words. I have not Ramadan. Allow us to go on. When we look at ourselves, we have to remember that we are a vessel of God. And that we have to not only hold ourselves accountable, but everyone who is controlling our lives in this system that is not balanced. It's not based off of the laws of Mayat or the Tahuti that speaks love. That's the love we need to feel around each other. And if it happened before, it will happen again. May these words guide us to be better stewards. That we, the stewards of the divine, declare that governance is a sacred duty. No law, policy, or practice shall violate the balance of Mayat, the wisdom of Tahuti, the regenerative rulership of Usar, or even the unity of Nebuchadnezzar. You say that we, the stewards of divine order, declare that governance is a sacred duty. No law, policy, or practice shall violate the balance of Mayat, the wisdom of Tahuti, the regenerative rulership of Usar, or the unity of Nebuchadnezzar. Again, we, the stewards of divine order, declare that the governance is a sacred duty. No law, policy, or practice shall violate the balance of Mayat, the wisdom of Tahuti, the regenerative rulership of Usar, or the unity of Nebuchadnezzar. Thank you guys for joining me. This presentation affirms our moral obligation to uphold the truth, protect life, and restore harmony across all dominions, across all domains, across all nations, across all universes. With power. Peace, love, Hotep. Good night.